Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Valentin fakes his death to safeguard Charlotte. Finally send her home? General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal that Valentin Cassadine committed a grave error when he launched a surprise attack on Jack Brennan at the German spa. In his mind, it was revenge for the events that unfolded in Prague. However, it was Colette Moreau who went rogue and opened fire in the cafe. Right or wrong, Valentin went after Brennan. Valentin's pursuit of Brennan was relentless, and he would have undoubtedly eliminated him if not for the intervention of Carly Spencer. In the wake of this confrontation, Brennan issued a chilling kill-on-sight directive over the phone, signaling that he was now deadly serious. Valentin, in his reckless determination, has only escalated the peril surrounding him and, by extension, placed Charlotte Cassadine in greater jeopardy. It's not hard to envision a moment when Valentin might reconsider this dangerous path. He offered Charlotte options to stay with him or return to Port Charles to be with Lulu Spencer, but her loyalty to her father proved too strong. Valentin may change his mind, ultimately decide to send Charlotte home. Valentin might come to the painful conclusion that parting ways is the best choice for Charlotte's well-being and safety. If the dangers escalate, he could find himself having a heartfelt conversation with her, urging her to reunite with Lulu for her own sake. In a drastic move, Valentin might even stage his own death, believing it to be the only solution to their troubles. This ruse would ensure his safety, provided he could convincingly portray his demise. However, Charlotte would need to return to Port Charles, fully embracing her role in this tragic narrative. Valentin would rely on her to convincingly express her sorrow, making their elaborate deception all the more credible. Brennan might be skeptical of Valentin's death. Brennan may harbor doubts about the authenticity of Valentin's dire situation, but Anna Devane could urge him to let it go. Once Charlotte is safely back in Port Charles, Anna will likely emphasize that this is the priority. Lulu will always feel a void in her family until Charlotte reunites with her mother and Rocco Falconeri, so let's keep our fingers crossed for a heartfelt gathering soon. Valentin might find himself in a precarious position, so stay with us for any updates on potential twists regarding his fate. Upcoming spoilers hint that Charlotte may have to return to Port Charles under challenging conditions, so keep your eyes peeled. Errors, disobedience, and dangers. Wednesday, February 5th, General Hospital spoilers and updates hint at errors, defiance, and dangers. Brad Cooper threatens someone, Jocelyn Jacks defies Anna Devane, and Christina Corinthos Davis tells someone that this is a big mistake. Are you interrupting something? Unexpectedly showing up, Rick Lansing says he hopes he's not disturbing anyone. Molly Lansing Davis, his daughter, her sister Christina, and their mother Alexis Davis will be planning how to investigate the death of Sam McCall. Given that he feels like he could be disrupting something, will Rick attend their strategy session? Given how much Sam's death has hurt his daughter Molly and his ex-wife Alexis, Rick could even be willing to assist with this probe. A person of interest already exists. An arrest is not possible at this time because it cannot be proven. Must read. General Hospital spoilers. Cyrus is caught red-handed with a syringe after Jocelyn's bold rescue. Unexpected and perplexed. In other places, Brooke Lynn Chase appears caught off guard, perplexed, and perhaps even a little agitated. What were you thinking is a blunt inquiry she poses to someone. Perhaps Brooke Lynn is confronting Tracy Quartermaine, who will be furious. She had previously asked Granny to be less snarky at their business meeting at the Metro Court since she was criticizing Sasha Corbin harshly. Naturally, Tracy couldn't match what they heard when Carly Spencer showed up and ripped into Drew Quartermaine without holding back. Errors. Christina states that she believes it was a terrible mistake for Rick to attend the strategy session she, her mother, and sister are holding. Given that Rick was the one who stood up for Ava Jerome after Christina fell in the water, it makes sense that she wouldn't want him to assist them in finding Sam's killer. In addition, he is managing her custody dispute with Sonny Corinthos over Avery Jerome Corinthos. Rick truly had no business interfering with the DeVise's actions in relation to Sam's murder. If that's where Rick is, he may anticipate a blast-off message from Christina. General Hospital spoilers. Sam McCall's recast must read. Disobedience. Despite Anna's explicit directives, Jocelyn seems to be at Turningwoods conducting an investigation. She didn't want her to get involved in an ongoing police investigation, particularly one involving Cyrus Renaud. She tells someone, however, that they are exactly who she is searching for. Her goal was to learn who else passed away from a heart attack in Turning Woods. She is unaware of what her Uncle Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin were looking into far earlier than she was. Mother-daughter argument. Nina Reeves was undoubtedly informed of the events at the Metro Court. She was undoubtedly contacted by someone regarding Drew's presence in an inappropriate location. Willow Corinthos is told by Nina that she feels like she belongs there. That is, in her residence with her 2 kids, in the Quartermain Gatehouse. The only issue at hand is that Tracy's custody arrangement is defective, as many others are aware. Willow's custody agreement states that Drew is not allowed on the property. Must read. General Hospital spoilers. Teens band together to exact revenge on Cyrus after Rocco tells Danny about Sam's murder. Sasha weeps for Drew. At the same time, Sasha moves to confront Drew at the Metro Court, leaving the table where she and Felicia Scorpio were seated. Since Cody Bell started spreading false information throughout Port Charles, even Drew and Carly believe Jason Morgan is the father of Sasha's child. Sasha isn't letting Drew get away with this, but Carly probably doesn't believe it because she knows Jason better than most people. In a fit of rage, Sasha yells, "This is her life he's talking about," as she confronts Drew. Jason is still in Baden-Baden visiting Michael Corinthos, so he's not even there to provide his opinions. Essential read. General Hospital spoilers. Cody's cousin argument. Sasha flails his huge mouth. Dangers. When Brad meets Cyrus at GH, he threatens him. Despite Portia Robinson's ban, he is still present. He crept into Michael's room, and Isaiah Gannon would have become another victim if he hadn't acted swiftly and taken the chance of giving Michael a digitalis antidote. Brad is serious when he threatens to call the police if Cyrus doesn't leave. Despite efforts to keep Cyrus away from the hospital, will another victim be discovered? Can Brad stop another catastrophe before it's too late? When Rocco finds out that his mother still loves his father, chaos breaks out. General Hospital spoilers indicate this coming week, Rocco Falconeri will be given a serious dose of reality, and it's unclear what that might entail. According to GH teasers, on Thursday, February 6th, Rocco will hear something he shouldn't. We have a hunch that he is going to listen in on his mother and learn how much Lulu Spencer still adores his father, Dante Falconeri. Lulu has recently been quite open with her sentiments with Laura Spencer and Maisie Jones, but that is not the same as confiding in her son, whom she would never do. The issue is whether she will be aware that she has given him the secret. Spoilers for General Hospital. These walls have eyes and ears. The Q Mansion's walls would have more obscene stories to tell than Sonny Corinthos' bedpost, if they could speak. Hours after his mother had hitched a ride to the mansion after walking out of Turning Woods on her own initiative without anybody seeing, Rocco happened to run into her in the foyer. He discovered the truth about the fistfight between Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermain that he was not allowed to know. He will soon discover that his mother has always loved his father. Will he make it his goal to bring them back together? GH spoilers. One big happy family is suggested by Rocco Falconeri spies. The fact that his mother still has feelings for his father is probably going to make Rocco very happy. In this manner, he would know that he has already won half the war, and that all he needs to do is assist his father in realizing that he still loves Lulu. Will the youngster try to force the parents to get back together? If that's the case, will we get the stereotypical happy ending where everything works out and everyone leads a happy life? Right now, it doesn't appear particularly promising. Dante Falconeri is not prepared for General Hospital spoilers. However, Dante is currently mired in sorrow at Sam McCall's murder. In more or less twisted terms, he simply cannot imagine moving on with anyone, much less the lady who is only alive because Sam is dead. Although he is aware that it is illogical to hold Lulu responsible for Sam's passing, he is still struggling to make sense of this tragedy, and that is how it feels at the moment. Valentin Cassadine fakes his death to protect Charlotte, a desperate gamble. In the ever-twisting world of General Hospital, Valentin Cassadine has never been one to shy away from bold and dangerous decisions. His latest predicament, involving a deadly feud with Jack Brennan, has placed him and his beloved daughter, Charlotte Cassadine, in imminent danger. As the walls close in on him, Valentin may find himself forced to take the most drastic measure yet, faking his own death to safeguard his daughter. If he does, this strategic deception could alter the course of their lives forever. A reckless move in Germany. Valentin's attack on Brennan. Valentin's troubles began when he made the fateful decision to ambush Jack Brennan at a German spa. His actions were fueled by a desire for vengeance after the harrowing events that transpired in Prague. However, in his pursuit of retribution, Valentin overlooked a crucial detail. It wasn't Brennan who had acted against him in the cafe, but rather Colette Moreau, a wild card who went rogue. Nevertheless, Valentin's tunnel vision led him straight into a battle he might not be able to win. The consequences of Valentin's actions. By confronting Brennan so directly, Valentin not only painted a target on his own back, but also unwittingly escalated the threat against Charlotte. Brennan, a formidable adversary, did not take the attack lightly. Following Valentin's attempt to eliminate him, Brennan swiftly retaliated by issuing a chilling kill-on-sight order. This decision signaled that Valentin had pushed too far, turning their conflict into an all-out war. With Brennan now determined to see him dead, Valentin must make a choice that will define his fate and his daughter's future. Valentin's loyalty to Charlotte, protecting her at any cost. Valentin's love for Charlotte has always been his greatest motivation. A devoted father, he has continuously fought to keep her safe, even at the cost of his own well-being. However, his recent actions have put her in greater danger than ever before. While he initially offered Charlotte the choice to either stay with him or return to Port Charles to be with Lulu Spencer, her unwavering loyalty to her father kept her by his side. Yet, as the danger escalates, Valentin may come to a painful realization. Keeping Charlotte close may no longer be the safest option. His refusal to back down against Brennan has made it increasingly likely that he will be hunted down. If he truly wants to ensure her safety, he might have to make the heartbreaking decision to send her away. A difficult choice, sending Charlotte back to Port Charles. As threats mount, Valentin could ultimately decide that Charlotte must return to Port Charles to be with her mother, Lulu Spencer, and her half-brother, Rocco Falconeri. This choice would not come easy, especially knowing how much Charlotte wants to stay with him. However, his duty as a father outweighs any personal desires, and he may have no other choice but to convince her that reuniting with Lulu is the only way to keep her safe. Charlotte, though reluctant, may eventually come to understand the gravity of the situation. While she has always been her father's staunchest supporter, she has also seen firsthand the dangerous life he leads. If Valentin insists that she leave, she will have to accept it, even if it breaks her heart. The ultimate deception. Faking his own death. If Valentin is pushed to his limits, he might conclude that disappearing is the only way to truly protect Charlotte. The idea of faking his death, while extreme, would allow him to escape Brennan's relentless pursuit while ensuring that his enemies believe he is no longer a threat. To make the deception work, Valentin would need to stage his demise in a way that leaves no room for doubt. Whether it's a dramatic shootout, an apparent car explosion, or another carefully orchestrated event, the goal would be to convince everyone, including Charlotte, that he is truly gone. This ruse would be incredibly painful, especially knowing the emotional toll it would take on his daughter. However, if it guarantees her safety, Valentin would likely see it as a necessary sacrifice. Charlotte's role in the facade. For the deception to be successful, Charlotte would have to play a key role. Valentin would need her to convincingly grieve his death, ensuring that even the most skeptical observers believe the illusion. Given her intelligence and maturity, she may rise to the occasion, despite her sorrow. If Charlotte returns to Port Charles shattered by her father's apparent demise, it will only lend credibility to the narrative. Lulu, already heartbroken over the years lost due to her coma, will undoubtedly rally around her daughter, providing the support she needs during this devastating time. Meanwhile, Rocco and the rest of Charlotte's family will do their best to help her cope, unaware that Valentin may still be alive, watching from the shadows. Brennan's doubts and Anna Devane's influence. While Valentin's plan may be convincing, it is possible that Brennan remains skeptical. A man as calculated as Brennan may not be so easily fooled. If any inconsistencies arise, he could launch his own investigation, determined to uncover the truth. This is where Anna Devane may come into play. A seasoned strategist, Anna could work to persuade Brennan that Valentin's death is real. As someone with deep ties to Valentin, Anna might be able to provide enough evidence, or misdirection, to keep Brennan from digging deeper. If she succeeds, it could buy Valentin the time he needs to truly disappear. Lulu Spencer's role in Charlotte's healing. Lulu's role in all of this cannot be overlooked. As Charlotte's mother, she has always fought for her daughter's well-being, even during the times when Valentin's influence was strong. Now, with Charlotte returning home under tragic circumstances, Lulu will need to step up and provide the comfort and stability her daughter needs. The reunion between Lulu and Charlotte will undoubtedly be bittersweet. On one hand, Charlotte will have the chance to reconnect with her mother and Rocco, strengthening their bond after so much time apart. On the other, she will be grappling with the overwhelming grief of losing her father, at least as far as she knows. This emotional journey could provide significant character development for Charlotte, allowing her to grow in new ways. She will have to navigate life without Valentin, learning to rely on Lulu and the rest of her family for support. Meanwhile, Lulu will have to find the balance between comforting her daughter and ensuring that she continues to move forward. What's next for Valentin? If Valentin successfully fakes his death, the question remains, what happens next? Will he go into hiding permanently, or will he find a way to return once the danger has passed? General Hospital has a long history of characters returning from the dead, and Valentin may be no exception. In the short term, he may seek refuge in a distant location, keeping a low profile while monitoring the situation from afar. Over time, he may find a way to secretly communicate with Anna or another trusted ally, ensuring that Charlotte remains safe. However, if the opportunity presents itself, he may eventually make his way back to Port Charles, prepared to reclaim his place in his daughter's life. Final thoughts: a heart-wrenching sacrifice. Valentin's decision to fake his death, while devastating, could ultimately be the best way to ensure Charlotte's safety. His love for her is undeniable, and if disappearing is the only way to protect her, he will do whatever it takes. However, the emotional fallout from such a decision will be profound. Charlotte, Lulu, and even Anna will all struggle to come to terms with his death, unaware of the truth lurking beneath the surface. As General Hospital fans eagerly await the next twists and turns, one thing is certain: Valentin Cassidy's journey is far from over. Whether he remains in the shadows or makes a dramatic return, his story is bound to keep audiences captivated. Stay tuned for more updates as the saga continues. Mistakes, disobedience, and threats. General Hospital spoilers and updates for Wednesday, February 5th. Tease mistakes, disobedience, and threats. Christina Corinthos Davis tells someone this is a huge mistake. Jocelyn Jacks disobeys Anna Devane, and Brad Cooper makes threats. Interrupting something? Rick Lansing shows up unexpectedly and tells someone he hopes he's not interrupting anything. His daughter, Molly Lansing Davis, her sister Christina, and their mother Alexis Davis will be strategizing over trying to solve Sam McCall's murder. Might Rick show up at their strategy session, considering he thinks he might be interrupting something? Even Rick might be on board to help this investigation, because Sam's death has caused his daughter Molly and his ex-wife Alexis a whole lot of pain. There's already a person of interest, it's just that so far it can't be proven, and so there can't be an arrest. Blindsided and confused. Elsewhere, Brooklyn Chase seems blindsided and confused, and maybe just a little bit irritated. She questions someone very directly, and asks, "What were you thinking?" Tracy Quartermain will be livid. Perhaps she's the one who Brooklyn is confronting. Previously, at their business meeting at the Metro Court, she wanted Granny to tone down the snark she was coming down very hard on Sasha Corbin. Of course, What they heard after that when Carly Spencer arrived and tore into Drew Quartermaine no-holds-barred topped anything Tracy could say. Mistakes. If indeed Rick showed up at the strategy session her sister and mother and she are having, Christina thinks it's a huge mistake and says so. It's understandable that Christina wouldn't want Rick involved in helping them bring Sam's killer to justice, since he's the one who defended Ava Jerome over Christina's pool tumble. Not to mention he's handling her custody case over Avery Jerome Corinthos against Sonny Corinthos. Rick really doesn't have any business getting involved in what the DeVises are doing regarding the murder of Sam. Rick can expect a blast-off message from Christina if that's where he's at. Jocelyn appears to be at Turning Woods investigating, disobeying Anna's direct orders. She didn't want her interfering in an active police investigation, and especially not where Cyrus Renaud is concerned. Yet there she is, and tells someone they're just who she's looking for. Her intent was to find out who else died in Turning Woods of a heart attack. She's not in the loop of what her uncle Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin were already investigating and way ahead of her. Mother-daughter confrontation. No doubt Nina Reeves heard what's going on at the Metro Court. Someone surely called her about Drew being where he doesn't belong. Nina talks to Willow Corinthos, telling her she thinks she's exactly where she belongs. Meaning, in the Quartermaine Gatehouse, her home, with her 2 children. The only problem now is Tracy and many others know that her custody arrangement is broken. There's a clause in Willow's custody agreement that Drew could not come on the property. Must read, General Hospital spoilers. Rocco exposes Sam's murder to Danny. Teens unite for revenge against Cyrus? Sasha tears into Drew. Meanwhile, back at the Metro Court, Sasha takes action, leaves the table where she and Felicia Scorpio were sitting and tears into Drew. The misinformation Cody Bell started is running rampant through Port Charles, and now even Drew and Carly think Jason Morgan is Sasha's baby's father. Carly probably doesn't believe it, knowing Jason better than almost anyone, but Sasha's not letting Drew get away with this. Sasha confronts Drew in a fiery fury, shouting this is her life he's talking about. Jason's not even there to get 2 cents in since he's still in Baden-Baden visiting Michael Corinthos. Must read, General Hospital spoilers. Cody's cousin confrontation. Sasha lashes out over his big mouth. Threats. At GH, Brad makes threats when he encounters Cyrus at the hospital. Portia Robinson had banned him, but here he is anyway. He snuck into Michael's room and had Isaiah Gannon not thought quickly and took the risk of administering a digitalis antidote. He'd have been another victim. Brad means business as he threatens Cyrus with calling the cops if he doesn't leave. Will another victim be found in spite of efforts to keep Cyrus away from the hospital? Is Brad too late to prevent another tragedy? When Rocco finds out that his mother still loves his father, chaos breaks out. General Hospital spoilers indicate this coming week, Rocco Falconeri will be given a serious dose of reality, and it's unclear what that might entail. According to GH teasers, on Thursday, February 6th, Rocco will hear something he shouldn't. We have a hunch that he is going to listen in on his mother and learn how much Lulu Spencer still adores his father, Dante Falconeri. Lulu has recently been quite open with her sentiments with Laura Spencer and Maisie Jones, but that is not the same as confiding in her son, whom she would never do. The issue is whether she will be aware that she has given him the secret. Spoilers for General Hospital. These walls have eyes and ears. The Q Mansion's walls would have more obscene stories to tell than Sonny Corinthos' bedpost, if they could speak. Hours after his mother had hitched a ride to the mansion after walking out of Turning Woods on her own initiative without anybody seeing, Rocco happened to run into her in the foyer. He discovered the truth about the fistfight between Jason Morgan and Drew Quartermaine that he was not allowed to know. He will soon discover that his mother has always loved his father. Will he make it his goal to bring them back together? GH spoilers. One big happy family is suggested by Rocco Falconeri spies. The fact that his mother still has feelings for his father is probably going to make Rocco very happy. In this manner, he would know that he has already won half the war and that all he needs to do is assist his father in realizing that he still loves Lulu. Will the youngster try to force the parents to get back together? If that's the case, will we get the stereotypical happy ending where everything works out and everyone leads a happy life? Right now, it doesn't appear particularly promising. Dante Falconeri is not prepared for General Hospital spoilers. However, Dante is currently mired in sorrow at Sam McCall's murder. In more or less twisted terms, he simply cannot imagine moving on with anyone, much less the lady who is only alive because Sam is dead. Although he is aware that it is illogical to hold Lulu responsible for Sam's passing, he is still struggling to make sense of this tragedy, and that is how it feels at the moment.